B-L-O-O-D, blood. It's essential to life and vampires love it. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but there is a shortage of blood in Trinidad and Tobago. There's plenty flowing on the streets, but not enough in the blood bank. Every day there's a high demand for blood, from pregnancy and childbirth to treatment with patients with blood disorders and cancer, and for treatment for patients with traumatic injuries. We're talking about emergencies, disasters, and accidents, and shootouts that involve bandits.
Because bandits have blood. They may not have a heart, but they have blood.
And if they end up in the hospital and they need blood,
Well, they're gonna get blood. What do you want the doctors to do? Kill them?
here's the scary thing. Based on our population size, Trinidad and Tobago requires 65,000 donations every year. In reality, we get about 20,000. 90% of these donations come from emergency situations. So your friend, your father, or your tanty sick, and you call up a friend or you call up some family and you say,
Hey Raj, I need some blood, boy. Tanty sick.
the person goes, donates the blood, the person collects a chit and gives it to the person in need. The chit system works, but it opens doors to serious problems. Under different governments, different ministers of health have described the chit system as inequitable and dangerous. But the system still persists. Basically, you're screwed if you can't find a donor. And assuming you can't, what do? The next best option is to pay someone for blood, which opens doors to risky donors. Oh, this might interest the LGBTQ community.
Did I say that right? There's so many letters inside there, I always get confused. So strange or queer.
According to our government website, risky donors include men who have had sex with men, and women who have had sex with a man who has had sex with a man, and women who have had sex with a man who has had sex with a man within the last year.
Wait.
Something doesn't sound right. Isn't that discrimination? Now, I know there's research that suggests that men who have had sex with men are at a higher risk of HIV and hepatitis. But does a 12-month ban make sense? Especially in modern times when there are tests that can detect HIV 11 days after infection. And let's be real, who's going to abstain from sex for 12 months just so they could donate blood? There are priests that can't do that. Can you imagine a gay man lying during the screening process? Mr. John, can you tell us, have you had sex with a man within the last 12 months? No, what make you say that? And can you imagine a homophobe just before a life-saving transfusion? Duck. Whatever happened? Please make sure I don't get no Bulla man blood. Solutions to these problems are simple, but somewhat scary. Trinidad and Tobago is in desperate need of a voluntary system where people donate expecting nothing in return. No money, no shit. Alright, maybe you could get a glass of that disgusting orange juice that they just give you after you donate blood, and a vanilla cream biscuit. 100% voluntary system will eliminate the need for people to go to risky donors. So yes, there are tons of reasons why donating blood is scary. Maybe you don't trust the medical system. Maybe some people are afraid of going to donate blood and finding out that they have some disease. Or maybe you're like me and you're terrified of needles. It's 2020 and one of my resolutions is to start donating blood.
Because Trinidad and Tobago is in desperate need of blood. In the blood banks.
If you are in good health and you're between the ages of 18 to 65 years old and you weigh at least 110 pounds, please consider donating blood. It could save a life, or 2, or 3, because one donation could save up to 3 lives.
Red Wall News.
Last time I donated was in 2009. My future wife and I went to Mount Hope. We went through the screening process and we lying on beds beside each other donating blood.
We were young and in love. I was trying to impress her, but then I looked down and I saw the needle in my arm protruding upwards.
So I passed out.
When I recovered, the nurses and my fiance was looking at me like I was a imps.
And my future wife looked at me and she said something that I would never forget.
Hey, you're a imp sour.